Thanks for being with us. I'm Amy Lange.
Yeah, I'm Brandon Hudson. You know, at the risk of sounding like a broken record, we have another big day in politics. We're going to break down what Tuesday's primary results mean for November in a moment. And in the meantime, you can see the results at the bottom of your screen.
First Democratic presidential nominee Kamala Harris will be in Detroit later today alongside her new running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. The pair appearing together at a rally in Pennsylvania last night for the first time.
Since the day that I announced my candidacy, I set out to find a partner who can help build this brighter future. I'm here today because I found such a leader.
Donald Trump's not fighting for you or your family. He never sat at that kitchen table like the one I grew up at, wondering how we were going to pay the bills. He sat at his country club in Mar-a-Lago, wondering how he can cut taxes for his rich friends.
Well, Tim Walz was elected governor of Minnesota in 2018. Before that, he served in Congress. He was also a high school teacher and coach who also served in the Army National Guard for years. Harris and Walz have a stop in Wisconsin this morning before an event here in Metro Detroit later tonight.
Republican vice presidential nominee J.D. Vance is also making a campaign stop in southeast Michigan today. He spoke moments ago at a private event at the Shelby Township Police Department.
When President Trump was in office, we deported illegal aliens. When President Trump was in office, we were building the border wall, which made it harder for illegal aliens to come here in the first place. When President Trump was president, we did not grant mass amnesty, which allowed illegal aliens to come into our communities, to harm our people, and then to stay here after the fact.
So Vance also talked about the need to protect and support police officers. He is heading to Wisconsin for his next campaign stop later today. So they're going to crisscross paths, and that's what we have seen the past 48 hours. Now, whether it was by early voting or it was at the polls, more than 1 million Michiganders let their voices be heard in the primary election.
The only statewide contest was for the nominations for U.S. Senate to replace Debbie Stabenow, who's retiring. Democrats hoping to retain the seat, and Congresswoman Alyssa Slotkin will be the party's nominee. She defeats actor and activist Hill Harper by a wide margin.
My sun and my moon, absolutely existential, is protecting and expanding the middle class. I can't tell you how important it is. I think it's, like I said, existential. Michigan invented the middle class.
And on the Republican side, it was another landslide victory. Former Congressman Mike Rogers, who has the endorsement of former President Donald Trump, cruised a victory over another former representative, Justin Amash, as well as several other candidates.
This election is the most consequential election, I think, in my lifetime. We are going to change things for the better and get Michigan back on track, or we are going to let the Democrats take us to a place no one wants to live.
So another key race was the Democratic primary in the 13th Congressional District. That's where Sri Tanadar won his re-election bid.
Yeah, that is despite the other prominent Democrats, including Detroit's mayor, endorsing other candidates. Fox 2's Rob Murdoch joins us live with more on all of that. Good morning, Robin.
Good morning, Amy and Brandon. Yeah, Representative Sri Tanadar certainly has a lot to celebrate this morning after coming out ahead in the Democratic primary for the 13th Congressional District. And if you were watching the results come in at all last night, it looked like this was going to be a very tight race, but Tanadar took the lead and never lost it.
People appreciate the work that I've done, the constituent services that we have solved so many problems.
Representative Sri Tanadar weighing in on what pushed people in the 13th Congressional District to vote for him during Michigan's primary election on Tuesday. The incumbent and accomplished businessman so far getting more than half of all of the votes cast on the Democratic ticket.
I have a record. I have worked for the last almost 2 years, so people know what I'm able to do.
About 20 percentage points separate the three candidates. At last check, Tanadar had 54% of the vote compared to Mary Waters' 34%. Waters, of course, a current Detroit City Councilwoman. Only about 11% of those who filled out ballots supported attorney and former Detroit City employee Shakira Hawkins in her race for the House seat.
He spent millions and millions of dollars against us, literally. But we just kept working hard, talking with the people.
The 13th district covers most of Detroit, the Grosse Pointes, and parts of Downriver. It's actually considered the poorest House district in all of the nation. Waters, who was endorsed by Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan, was hoping to become the first black politician elected to that office in years.
It means a lot for those areas of the community who does not have black representation. Clearly, the city of Detroit does not. And I don't care where you come from, whether you came here with $20 in your pocket or not, that you do not understand our issues. You just don't.
Thanadar, we are told, is Michigan's first Indian American elected to Congress. Tuesday's election results show his stance on fighting for families and fighting for unions seems to be working and could help him secure a second term. Time will tell when we head to the polls again in 2 months.
No, I'm not in a party mood.
Yeah.
I want to just understand the voters' responses. I want to know what they think about me. I want to know what their support is.
Thanadar will now face off against Republican candidate Martell Bivings in the November election, and he beat Bivings 2 years ago by 110,000 votes. Of course, you can find all the latest election results at fox2detroit.com. Reporting from Detroit's West Side, I'm Robin Murdoch, Fox 2 News.
So, of course, one of the biggest plot lines in this race is who can reach out to the black voters in their district. You have Shree, who's representing the Democrats, but you also have Martell, who is black, but representing the conservative side. Any indication on how they plan to reach out to that base that has really tried to fight for black representation over the past couple of years?
Well, Brandon, the 13th district has voted heavily Democratic in the past. So I imagine both of those candidates, they are just going to go out. They're going to try and meet the people, get the word out about their positions on issues that are important to the people of the 13th district as much as they can over the next 2 months, because, yeah, this is going to be a big election come November. Back to you.
At the end of the day, it's all about listening to your constituents. Robin Murdoch, we appreciate it. Thank you so much. Amy.
Well, to Plymouth Township, where a woman is arrested for allegedly stabbing her husband. First responders racing to the scene early yesterday morning at a mobile home community on B Drive, just west of Ridge Road. Police say the suspect then barricaded herself inside before surrendering.
And as we all know, these situations, can escalate very quickly and can be deadly. So we're very happy this situation ended safely, and with her in custody, and he's being treated for his injuries that are non-life-threatening.
Well, right now, the woman is still in custody, but no charges have yet been filed.
A Warren woman is charged with setting a house on fire with 5 people inside, including 2 children. 27-year-old London Johnson was given a $1 million bond on multiple felony counts, including attempted murder and arson. Last Thursday, police say not only did she set the home on fire, she tried to block 2 exit points. Fortunately, everyone managed to make it out safely.
And a man accused of smashing Howell police cars with an axe is now behind bars. You can see the suspect breaking a rear windshield, then walking around to the front and swinging the weapon again, and that's just the beginning. He then aims at another car nearby and causes more damage before leaving the parking lot. Well, the Livingston County Sheriff's Office telling us the man turned himself in later that day. No word yet on a motive for that attack. Well, major disruptions for McLaren Healthcare, what we're learning this morning and what you should do if you have appointments scheduled.
Sunshine out there today. A beautiful day after an almost all-day soaker yesterday. We needed this. How long will it last? We'll get to that forecast after this.